What's up, my people? What's happening? Yeah, welcome to my new YouTube channel. I'm just making this video as an introduction for you to actually get to know me. I came a long way, all the way from Germany. We're in Wolverhampton right now, where my camp is, where I'm living right now. Obviously, please don't judge me because I look a bit rough. I'm in camp. As you know, in camp, I never get a trim, never get a haircut. But on Wednesday, I'll get my haircut and then I look fresh. And then we're ready for my fight on Saturday. It's gonna be my 4th pro fight. And yeah, I'm excited to showcase my talent. I grew up in Germany. I was born and raised in Heidelberg. It's a small town close to Frankfurt in the south of Germany. And I lived all of my life there. My oldest brother, Dominic, he took me into the boxing gym because I grew up playing football. But as I've grown taller and taller and taller, I've had a lot of issues, a lot of growing pains, and I didn't enjoy football no more. So yeah, my brother took me into the boxing gym and I just fell in love with it. And after a couple of months, I really started seeing progress. I started running around circles around a man that I had issues with in the beginning. And yeah, I discovered my talent for it. So I just sticked on with it, kept going, kept training hard, and now I'm here. I had my first amateur fight in 2016. So I was boxing for training for about 6 months at that time. And I had my first amateur bout in Germany, and it went well. I really enjoyed the feeling of fighting, and it made me fall in love with the sport even more. So yeah, I just kept going with it. I had a couple of amateur fights over in Germany, started getting better, started really understanding what it's about in boxing. But to be honest, it took me a couple of years, 2 to 3 years, to really understand what boxing is about. I had to take losses as well to understand that feeling, and understanding that you don't really want to have that feeling. So I had to make changes in my lifestyle. Started not going out anymore, started really focusing on getting better in the gym. And yeah, just working hard every day. Obviously, in 2018, had a lot of stuff going on in my personal life with my family. But thankfully, I met a person that could help me really well. Started getting contacts, great contacts in the boxing world. Former manager of the Klitschko brothers, Bernd Bernte, was coming into my management team. It's pretty unusual for an amateur to have a management team, but that was the case for me. So I moved over to Hamburg, Germany. I started training with pros, and that was a great experience. I grew physically and mentally as well. I've seen a lot of things in the boxing world, behind the closed doors as well. Obviously, because of the great contacts, I've gotten great opportunities. So I remember when I had 12 or 13 fights, amateur fights, I was getting the call up to go over to Alabama to spar Deontay Wilder. Back when Wilder was feared, he was a ferocious, reckless knockout puncher. And I only had 13 amateur fights, and they told me, yo, you got the opportunity to spar Wilder. I was so excited. And I flew over on my own, got there, and my expectations were so high. And yeah, I finally got to meet him in the gym, started talking a bit, and it was a surreal feeling just to see this man on TV, and now all of a sudden I'm gonna share the ring with him. Obviously, I got to meet great people over in America as well. One of them was Mark Breland, former Olympic champion, Olympic world gold medalist. He was part of Deontay's team back in the day. And yeah, I started speaking to Mark, and there's one moment that sticks out to me. After sparring Deontay for the first time, Mark was looking over to me and he was like, and that meant a lot to me, just, you know, to see that look of acknowledgement, like respect. And yeah, that was kind of the start to my pro journey. But like I said, I was still amateur. I only had 13 amateur fights. So I was trying to take my time with it. I wouldn't gonna let me get rushed into turning pro before I feel ready for it. So I went back to Germany, had more amateur fights. Obviously COVID hit, so it was hard to get fights, but I ended up getting about like 30 to 35 amateur fights. And then last year I was at the point where I said, yeah, I feel ready right now. And I made some calls. Obviously over the time I've gotten some great contacts. And I got in touch with a new management team, 258 Management, the management company of Anthony Joshua, and spoke to Joby Clayton, the man himself, who got me all the way over to Wolverhampton. And I started my pro journey. So Joby was coaching Anthony back in the day, and I just felt that connection with me and Joe because he had the same mindset on boxing, and I really loved the way he teaches boxing and he lives it. So I said I need to go get taught by this man because like he's gonna bring me to the next level. I sparred the best fighters that are living on this planet. I sparred, like I said, Deontay Wilder, Anthony Joshua, Dylan White, Derek Chisora, Alexander Usyk. So I've been in the ring with the best of them. And of course, as we get along further in my YouTube career, I'm gonna tell you guys more about the sparring as well. Just let me know in the comments what you wanna know, and there will be a few things that I can discuss with you guys. Yeah, after staying in touch with AJ and Joby as well, like I said, last year, I felt the time was right to turn pro. So I spoke to AJ, said, what do you think about this manager? What do you think about this manager? Because I've been talking and speaking to a couple of managers. Even Igis Klimas, Usyk's manager, was in the conversation. So after speaking to AJ, he was like, do you want to speak to my manager? And I said, yeah, sure, why not? So he sent me over Freddie's number, Freddie Cunningham, who's longtime manager of Anthony Joshua. So I started speaking to Freddie, and he introduced the whole of 258 to me, 258 Management. And I just really liked the idea of being managed by two-time world champion AJ and the team behind him, because they've done a great job in marketing him. So after a couple meetings in London, we decided to go forward with it. I signed my contract with 258, and yeah, now I'm here. Like I said, I had 3 pro fights now, 2 in Germany, 1 in UK in London, and I'm getting ready for my next one on Saturday in Birmingham, Matchroom Boxing, and I'm just excited to take you guys on this journey with me. So I really don't have a lot to say. All I wanted to do is like a little introduction video for you guys. We've been recording a lot of stuff from camp, and I'm sure it's going to be interesting for you guys to see how a pro fighter prepares for his fights. So I'm going to start doing videos in all of my camps, preparation, so you guys can have an insight, a rare insight of what we do in preparation. It's going to be good for you guys to get to know my other side, apart from boxing, apart from all the videos you guys see on Instagram. Obviously the YouTube thing is getting a bit more personal, and I'm open to doing a lot of different things as well. You guys just let me know in the comment section what you want to know, what you want to see, and we'll get some nice shots in for you, 100%. All the best, and looking forward to hear from you guys. Blessings.